Hi, this is Michael Martine, and we're doing a video here for Hitman Public Relations, which I just met Alan, and this is his client, Todd.
Todd Creager.
And we're going to do just a little Q&A session where we're going to talk about content strategy for a blog in order to attract customers and engage with them, and then have that lead into conversions, monetization, sales, basically. Four-letter word, right? And so with that, let me start off, Todd, by asking you a question. Tell me a little bit about what you're trying to accomplish with your blog in a business sense.
Okay. What I want to do is use the blog to drive people to my list, to increase my list, and of course, possibly through the blog, be interested in what I do, my services, and also my products, especially in my book, The Long Hot Marriage.
Excellent, excellent. So, what would you say is the problem for which you are the solution?
The problem is that people believe that marriage ends sexuality. And I have found time and time again for the 27 years of doing this that it does not. So the problem is we have no sex, or we've grown apart. And the solution is that you can learn how to be creative, interpersonally creative, to reconnect with your partner both in and out of the bedroom.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So how does, from what you know already, based on, do you look at analytics?
Not much.
Okay.
Not much.
Okay. So then let me ask you, do you know how people are finding your blog?
Oh, okay. I have seen this through stats. That's true. Mm-hmm. It's been mainly through social networking, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
So you're using social media in order to build an audience and then basically channel that to the blog.
Right. I'll do a little status update, and I'll say, check this out, learn how to have a long, hot marriage, whatever, and then they hit the link, and they're at my blog.
Okay.
Right.
So do you have conversations back and forth with people, or is it like a promotional kind of blurb?
Well, it's educational. It's educational, and since I just started, I haven't seen a whole lot of action yet. I hope to have those comments and that I hope will come. Mm-hmm. But at the moment, it's been information. People will oftentimes email me privately. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's the nature of the subject material. A lot of people don't make it very public. But
yeah, you got to start off this is one of those situations where it's a really good example of how when you use social media as an attractor, you've got to take it offline in a certain sense. I mean, you've got to take it out of the public sphere and move it into the private. Because of the subject matter, right? So you've got to have like a clear sort of set of steps in your mind that you can use for that.
Okay.
It's almost like as if you were, a salesperson and you bumped into somebody at a bar who was complaining that they had this problem, and it just happened to be the problem that you were solving. And you're just talking to each other like over drinks, just conversationally, be like, and then you can say, well, you should talk to me sometime, and here's my information. And then have like a mechanism, a series of steps that you already know you're going to do whenever this comes up, whenever this occurs, and then that way people will feel like you're handling them very well, and that you know what you're doing, that you're a pro, and then you get them back to the blog. They see the resources on the blog, and then it's at that point where we've got a good chance for conversion. Where we can move them from just being a reader to being a buyer.
Okay.
Right. So once that happens, what's the main mechanism on the blog that does that, and where is it located on the page? Since we don't have a screen here to look at.
As of yesterday, I have a nice little button there that says you could sign up for my newsletter. Yeah. And so that's one thing. People click on the button. They're now on my list. They get my newsletter list. They get my personal email. And now we could communicate just more privately.
Awesome. Now, where's that button located on the page?
Upper right hand.
Very good. Okay,
All
good.
right.
I was hoping you'd say
good.
that.
I was hoping you'd agree. Since I just did it yesterday.
That is the primary conversion spot right there.
Yeah.
Now, do you give anybody anything for signing up? Like, is there a sign up incentive?
The sign up right now is you get the article, The 7 Keys to a Phenomenal Relationship.
Great.
So you sign up. This is what you get.
Great. Awesome. Now, do you attach a dollar value to that? I don't mean do you sell it, but do you attach a dollar value to it?
I think so. I mean, I think it's valuable.
Right. Okay.
It's valuable.
Let me rephrase that question then. If you were to sell it, how much would you sell it for?
It's a short thing. Not much, $5. I can't, I mean, it's a very short little thing.
Here's a tip. Beef it up to something that you could sell for around $20.
Okay.
And then state that value on the sign-up incentive. Say $29 value, free if you sign up for my newsletter.
Great.
And the key to this really is it's got to be good enough to actually sell.
Well, I have other articles I could shift it around, and I have it ready made.
Very good.
Could easily do that.
Very good. Yeah. I mean, basically, what you're doing is you're marketing information products. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But your subject matter happens to be love, sex, and marriage.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Right. Great. So yeah, it's got to be something that you could sell easily. That you would have and expect people to buy it, and they'd be happy to fork over the $29 or whatever. But you're going to give it to them for free,
right?
If they sign up for the newsletter. It's got to be a ridiculous value where people would have to be stupid not to do it,
right?
And then you will, if you do that, I almost guarantee you will increase your newsletter signups, because everybody gets worried about traffic, but the truth is that if you have a much higher conversion rate, you're going to make whatever traffic you have work for you harder.
I see.
So if you got 100 people coming and you only sign up one person, versus if you got 100 people coming and you sign up 5 people.
Sure.
It's a huge difference, right? Because that's 5 times more people than you would have had otherwise.
Right.
From the same amount of traffic, just from a couple of little tweaks that you can make on your end of
so
things.
just putting the value amount
exactly
right there on that little button.
Yep.
That they see.
That's right. That's right. And you can get if you're not a graphic designer, you can get a graphic designer to make up a little graphic for the whole thing, and then they click on it and they go to they can go to a page where the whole thing gets explained and they can sign up. You can make that a page in your blog, and you can even put it in your navigation. Free gift.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's really good.
All right. Yep. And then I want to go back to something that we had mentioned earlier about how do people find you. You really want to go take a look at those analytics and see exactly what search phrases that people are finding you on. And not only that, but either yourself or somebody who works for you, have them. Take a look at some keyword tools out there. Google makes some really good keyword tools. There's WordTracker.com and some other ones. There's software that you can get like Market Samurai, which is really good. And have them look up, the kind of key phrases that people type in order to search for the kind of product that you have. Because it's probably going to be something like, how do I spice up my marriage?
Right.
How do I bring love back into my marriage?
Right.
Why doesn't my husband want to go to bed with me? Stuff like that. Whatever.
Right.
And I know people actually do type those search phrases in Google, just because in some of the keyword research that I've done for my own clients, I've run across this sort of thing. And they really are typing that stuff in. So the thing that's likely to show up really high up in the search results for a query like that is something where the title of the article is the exact wording of the question.
Yeah.
And then your article content is the answer to that question.
Right. Great.
Except for not the entire answer to that question necessarily, because you want to lead people into the products.
Terrific.
Right?
Yeah. Very
so
good.
That's a short little blog consulting session. Did you find that helpful?
Very, very. I'm going to use it.
Great.
Apply
awesome.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, you're very
Appreciate
welcome. Yeah.
All right.
So that's what I do. That's exactly how I help people day in and day out.
That's great.
That's my business at Remarkablogger.com.
Terrific.
And what's your blog again? So we can send everybody who's having trouble with their relationships to it.
It's Todd Creager, TODDCREAGER. So it's Todd Creager, marriageandsexblog.com.
Awesome. All right. Thanks so much, Todd.
Thank you.